Good morning, all of you. Today, we will discuss about the chapter Outcomes of Democracy, in which we will discuss about the positive and negative outcomes of it. The first one we talk about that democracy is an accountable form of government. It is a positive outcome. The first point, in a democracy, we are most concerned with ensuring that people will have the right to select their rulers and people will have control over the rulers. Second, whenever possible and necessary, citizens should be able to participate in the decision making. Third, democratic government is accountable to people as it is elected by the people and election takes place after every 5 years. Next, democracy as a responsive government. It is a positive outcome of democracy. The first point, in a democracy, the government is responsive to the demands and needs of the people. Second, the government is elected by the people to fulfill their expectations. Third, democracy is always blamed for the delay it makes to take decisions. But people forget that in democracy, decisions are taken after negotiation and after listening the opinions of all. Next, democracy as a legitimate government. It is a positive outcome. The democratic government is a legitimate government as everything run in democracy is based on written rules and regulations. It is not accordingly the wish and whim of a particular person like a non-democratic government. Second, democratic government is the most transparent type of government. People have the right to check the procedure of decision making with the help of right to information. Third, a citizen who wants to know if a decision was taken by the correct procedures can find this out. Fourth, democracy's ability to generate its own support is itself an outcome that cannot be ignored. Next comes the economic development. This is a negative outcome of democracy, as the economic development depends on several factors. The first one, country's population size. Second, the global situation. Third, cooperation from the other countries. And fourth, economic priorities adopted by the country. Then comes the reduction of inequality and poverty. This is a negative outcome of democracy. First, a small number of ultra-rich enjoy a highly disproportionate share of wealth and income. Second, their share in total income is increasing day by day, and the people at the bottom of the society have very little to depend on. That is why they face inequality and poverty. Then comes the accommodation of diversity. This is a positive outcome of democracy. No society can fully and permanently resolve conflicts among different groups. Democracy is best suited to produce this outcome. Ability to handle social differences, divisions, and conflicts is thus a definite plus point of democratic regimes. It is necessary to understand that democracy is not simply rule by majority opinion. The majority always needs to work with the minority so that governments function to represent the general view. Majority and minority opinions are not permanent. Second, it is also necessary that rule by majority does not become the rule by majority community in particular or religion or race or linguistic group. Rule by majority means that in case of every decision or in case of every election, different persons and groups may and can form a majority. Dignity and freedom of the individuals. This is a positive outcome of democracy. The first point, democracy is a form of government which promotes dignity and freedom of the individual. Second, the passion for respect and freedom are the basis of democracy. Third, most societies across the world were historically male dominated. Long struggles have created some sensitivity. Today, equal representation is needed for a democratic society. Fourth, democracy in India has strengthened the claims of disadvantaged and discriminated caste for equal status and opportunity. Fifth, democracy transforms people from the status of a subject into that of a citizen. Then comes the dignity of women. This is also a positive outcome. Democracy is able to give the women their good dignity. The first, gaining some sensitivity due to long struggles. Second, respect to and equal treatment of women are necessary. Third, once if it is recognized, it is easier for the women to wage a struggle. Here you can see they are raising their voice. Then comes the measurement of democracy, which is based on the following factors. First one, regular, free and fair election. Second, open public debate on major policies and legislations. Third, citizens' right to information about the government and its functioning. Then comes the expectations from democracy. The first one, people have the right to select rulers and people have control over the rulers. Second, people's participation should be there in the decision-making process. Third, government should be accountable to the citizens, responsive to the needs and expectations of the citizens. Fourth, democracy is based on the idea of deliberation and negotiation, which means discussions and compromises. Fifth, cost of time that democracy pays is worth it. Sixth, government has to follow procedures and its decisions must be both more acceptable and effective. Seventh, democracy develops a mechanism for citizens to hold the government accountable and take part in decision making. Eighth, democracy ensures that decision making will be based on norms and procedures. 9. Democracy provides transparency. Thank you all.